Tenet 22. Life feeds on life and non-life. This tenet seems easy enough. We drink water, non-life, and we eat other organisms. As you may have gleaned from the previous section, all lives are equal in that they exist at all. In that, we find that they all deserve respect simply as a result of existing. Almost everything that you eat was alive and existed with some level of awareness. You eat that life. How you indulge is the frightening part. Eventually, something will be eating the body that you are currently calling home. It probably will not have the ability to express reverence for the life that it can't imagine that you led, but you do have that ability. I have told you until you are ready to puke that you are the universe aware of itself. Now you must understand that the universe feeds upon itself. How do you think the universe feels about it? Well, how do you feel about that? Vegetarians, listen. Life is life. We can strive for the most humane treatment as we do and should, but eating one life is the same as eating another. Killing a field of plants over and over is the same as killing trillions of livestock to feed humanity. Sure, you cannot and should not capitulate with a plant and it doesn't wail when you brand it, but its life is still over as abruptly as it began. Until we figure out how to survive exclusively on inorganic material, we will continue to feed on lives that other organisms have led. We absorb sunlight as vitamin D. We breathe air and drink water. We are energetic beings consuming other energetic beings. There is not much to explain to this tenet unless we get very philosophical, which is not the point of this publication. I do not think that there is much to argue about here. I will, however, point out that it needs to be here as a result of your utter disrespect for the lives that surround your precious life, without which you would not be experiencing anything at all. You are right to value yourself, but you may find it awkward to value others as much. How you respect other life forms points directly to how you respect yourself. That is why you need to go back to earlier sections and understand this point. You must start with understanding your own predicament before you can really understand the predicament of other lives around yours. Though our planet is alone, it harbors life that is teeming all over it. You are surrounded by lives that you affect and infect every day. How do you do it? Do you put others down to make yourself feel better? Most people do. You are not alone in that. You would be more alone if you did not do that. Someday, you will not be alone when you cease to do that. Others are to be praised while they live here, not after they die. We have an opportunity to rejoice in our existence, and many of us do, all too often at the expense of others. Everyone needs to rejoice together and will eventually, or we will die trying. The lives on this planet consume one another in order to exist. Life began very simply when a strand of RNA found itself inside a bubble. It encountered another like it, and their bubbles merged, opened, and the strands battled and took on aspects of the other. The result was a new organism. All organisms do this. What an organism takes from the other organism varies depending on the need of the devouring organisms. It goes without saying that life comes from life and non-living things. This is how life perpetuates: consumption and reproduction. The more that we are aware of it, the less we will deny it, and the more we will respect the lives that we must consume in order to remain living. If you must eat the body that I was born into because I am no longer in existence, then I hope I am tasty. Please prepare me right and thoroughly, because you never know. You have a problem with this idea. That is why this book is here. Your life is not your body. Your body sustains your life. You eat other bodies and seem to take great pleasure in it. Why would you not want something to take great pleasure in eating your body? Oh yeah, because you think that your body is you and somehow sacred. Do you see how these ideas of the past present all kinds of problems when you realize you are the universe aware of itself? Let me show you how selfish you are again. You think that you have every right to take pleasure in eating the body of an organism that was the universe aware of itself at one time, and yet another organism cannot take pleasure in eating your body as you used to be the universe aware of itself. Do you see how inflated we have made ourselves? Go ahead, try repeating any of this in public. You won't for a while until it settles, though I know you are secretly able to follow and understand. This tenet attempts to do the same thing that all the others attempt to do: point out the obvious. These points, taken together, paint a very different picture of our existence that most of us are not used to. It does this by stating that life is sustained by living and non-living things that are the universe, alive, aware, and consuming itself.